Welcome back. So, Miriam asked you a $1 million question. We would like to hear your thoughts on it.
I like to say that I do not speak for Nigerian men officially. I speak for myself. And I feel like, for me, I don't have that problem because I've never been in that situation. But from what I've heard about, like, my friends talking, right, some of them are really good men. But the communication that is put on the table is not as open as possible. And there's some things that they might have noticed that are red flags for them that they can't exactly communicate to you because maybe they don't want to hurt your feelings, maybe because it might just be too sensitive or something. So they just kind of like checking out. But that's the one I know about. The other ones are actually just demons. Again. And obviously because there's a lot of women accessible to them. Once you have a little bit of money, once you can.
So how can you spot a demon?
And that's also because a lot of women have monetized dating.
Everything. Yeah,
so
it's transactional
men
now.
know that they're not gonna just like, okay, first day, you know what, I'm sending you to Polo to go pick up a nice dress, I'm sending you my driver, we're going to like, oh my God, he loves me.
And that is not love.
But that's not love because he's a billionaire, he can afford to do this to 100 people. You know, but when so they're not really going on dates, you tell a girl I want to go to a cinema date for the first time, she's like, cinema, wow, what happened to. But that's where those are the kind of things that you actually really bond at, you know. So
exactly.
Amazing. I like your response. I like your response. But we know that you have something new, your very first movie, and I would like to call for a clip. Let's see what Timini has got to dish. So what inspired this particular movie, being your first, and you talking about love as well?
Okay, so first of all, let me just, it's my first movie going to the cinema. I've done executive produced movies. I went to Netflix, YouTube, Amazon, but cinema is different. It's the biggest investment financially that I've done. At this point in my life, I've been acting for 15 years and I'm just really enjoying the journey. You know, I've acted, you know, I've gone on sets and I've seen things done a certain way and I'm like, you know what, I could do it better, you know, this story could be better. So I decided to just, you know, take more responsibility in, you know, the filmmaking process. And I know like women love me, I don't know why.
I like that. You're proud.
You give them more of money.
You think I'm fine?
Yeah, you're too proud. I didn't say
You're
fine.
proud.
You said we love you, but you don't know why.
So I thought, okay, you know, cinema in December we have, you know, all the Funky Dealers and Tony Brown, everybody doing that. I said, you know, let me just try and hold on to this Valentine market, you know, and create a love story. I wasn't thinking about making the story so super complex, but it's a beautiful story, but I just wanted to do a well-made, you know, story that rom-com that everybody can just relate and enjoy. You know, and that's where real love came about. I thought about the fact that, okay, everybody's talking about social media and how hard it is to find real love. So let me play around that concept and see how, you know, we can bring in the young influencers, the older generation, because you can see Funky Akindele and Shafi Bello, meanwhile, you know, those guys there. And just tell a story that talks about love and talks about family at the same time. And that's how real love came about.
Amazing.
I love that you're telling this story because I've always said that with Nigerian movies, you know, we get the epic, iconic ones, but like the easy, breezy movies that you watch for, you know, without, you know, just easy to watch. We don't get a lot of that. So I like that. And I like that you're saying you want to tell it a bit differently. So I'm looking forward to seeing this movie. But you have so many amazing actors, like big ticket names in your movie. How did that happen for you? Is it easy to have all those people around? What sort of relationships have you leveraged on to be able to have them in your movie?
So I would say that I'm a very supportive person. People know me like that, and all my years in the industry, I've been coming through for people. And you know, I've come through for people numerous times, even when they don't ask. You know, young actors, directors, producers, and all of that. So it was not really hard, but at the same time, I also made sure that I gave everybody what their worth was. You know, so Auntie Funke and Shafi Bimbo, you know, these are people that I worked with, and I knew that, okay, you know what? I said, but I did something different. I said my lead character, female, would be an upcoming actor. You know, because I've played love with everybody.
You don't inspire all of them.
So I feel like, so I felt like, you know what, let me give, so that when the audience is even watching itself, it seems like a fresh story and they believe our love. And then I found this young lady called TJ Omosuku. Beautiful, you know, from our audition tapes, I just saw the passion, I just saw the energy, the raw energy in her. And what she did was when she came on set, she didn't try to act like anybody. You know, there's a pressure to want to act it the way Sharon would have acted it, or Bimbo like, but she acted it like TJ. So when you see that chemistry coming together, it's just so refreshing. And I give a big shout out to all my actors, producers, directors, everybody that has been supporting me on this project, because you know, it's nice when you keep on giving, and then when you need, you see people, you know, giving back. You know, but that's not what really happens all the time.
So I like the fact that, you know, with social media and people saying it's difficult to find love. I love the fact that, you know, you're telling a story that gives hope that, you know, real love exists. So the question I want to ask, which I know is on the lips of so many people, is when you're acting these love scenes or love movies, are these packs, the chemistries collide somehow? Are these packs somehow, intentionally or unintentionally? Because we're human beings.
Tell us the truth.
So I like
the pauses.
They don't have to act on it. Yeah.
I have to process properly. You know? But I'll tell you, when I first started acting, you know, put young people in a room, you know, put them together for 2 weeks, everybody gets excited. You know, I have a great personality and a great charisma that follows me. So, the female leads are maybe bound to maybe be a little bit attracted or whatever. But, you know, you start to realize that this is a job. You know, this is something that you have to work. And this is an industry that you're going to be for a long time, all my life. So you don't want to burn bridges because of temporary that's number one. Then number two, like now, 5 of us here, but there's so many people at the background watching what we're doing. It's a different ballgame when you're actually really on set. So there's no space for that type of connection. Like you're doing the takes, the kissing is not really like, there's no tongue, you know, it's just like very calm and mature and demure. Like, so I feel like, and I work with professionals, so we know that there's a limit, you know. So it's that, if that, to answer your question, no sparks.
So did you work with your sister on this movie?
Yes, my sister is actually an EP as well on this project. You know, she's someone that has supported me in everything that I've done since I started. You know, I say that today my career will not be anything if not for her love, her guidance, you know, support. Even also with the way that I am with the fans. You know, she's never been. I was a PA for like, you know, you mentioned it off air. I was a PA for like maybe 6 years, following her around. I never saw her once be rude to anybody or decline a picture or, you know, not give love, you know, and that's not something that we see a lot.
She seems very sweet, actually. I haven't met her.
So let me say it here. I met her first time on the show. She came for the show and she was doing her makeup. Very down to earth. Yeah. And from that day, before she stepped out, we were already sistering each other. I was like, this person has to be really, really. And because I have always read about her, I expected her to be all else, but she wasn't.
So let me ask this question, because here you are talking about your movie and we're talking about your sister. Does that bother you sometimes? Because she is a huge name, especially also for a certain generation. How did
that pressure?
I feel like you've had to have grown out of her shadow. A lot of times in the beginning, we knew you as her brother. So how did that work out for you?
It's such a proud thing for both of us and for the Egbuson family in general, because I remember when I first started acting, you know, it was quite difficult. Like I keep on saying, there were no lead roles for young actors. There was nothing out there for young male actors. We were just, you know, somebody's brother, there was really nothing out there. And it just took a lot of like pushing from her, you know, telling me, she first one told me, Timini, forget about the talent, work on the branding.
Okay.
Don't forget about the talent, obviously.
You need that as well, but
focus on the branding, be heavy on the branding, and that's what I did. When I got my name in the first big door, which was MTV Sugar, everybody was tweeting at Sugar, please give this boy more scenes, like this is the guy, like we know this guy, you know. And as a company, you're thinking, I might as well hire this guy. You know, I'm the most bankable actor in the box office. I've been on that list for 3 or 4 years now. It's not mainly because of the fact that I'm a good actor. I've proven myself.
I like the fact that you're not modest. No, I like it. Yeah, I like it. No, I like it. A lot of people put so much on. You have to be modest. Don't say it yourself. Don't do this. Let other people say it. I see it as the same thing. You don't want me to say, but you want other people to say it. What if they don't see it well?
You say it yourself.
Or see it well,
So I did that.
Well done. But because of time, before I leave these ladies, they will not release you here. Where is this showing? The dates and, you know, how many times it's going to be running so that people can get ready to get their tickets.
So Real Love is starting to show on the 14th of February. We're having a premiere on the 9th. If you're my guy and I haven't thought about inviting you, please remind me if you're watching this. But the premiere is on the 9th and the film is coming out on the 14th of February. It's going to be shown in cinema nationwide. My partner is Film One as well. Kayode Kasum, and all of that. So we're going to be doing our best to make sure that it's in the cinema for as long as possible. And that depends on the success of the first few weeks.
Is it PG anything, or it's just for adults?
Anybody can watch it.
So the scenes are clean enough for us.
They are fighting over you on Twitter or on YouTube. Yes, I don't even know you marry inside there eventually, but they love your movie. They love your.
But in real life, who is the person?
In real life, I even came here very expectant. There's some single ladies on the show.
On the show in the building. On the show in the building.
My God.
You do deflect though. We also want to hold it
and sit properly. Like I said,
oh my goodness, what's going on?
Real love.
Real love.
You guys have found real love.
Thank you so much, Timini Egbuson, for being on the show. We enjoyed your company. We hope you have time for us, so from time to time, to come and give us some male perspectives on relationship issues.
Even if I might get dragged.
Yeah. Thank you. That's all we can take on the show today. Tomorrow is Your View Pigeon. Stay tuned. We'll be seeing you tomorrow. Have a lovely day. Bye-bye now.
Bye.